ladies and gentlemen, your host for this evening, Tanya Hadzhieva.
Welcome to the Wake Up Call Show with me, Tanya Hadzhieva. In our second episode, we have Angela Wilson, who is a coach in different fields such as tennis and fitness and many more. She also does NLP and sports psychology consultancy. Hi Angela, thank you for coming today.
Oh, thank you for the invitation. I'm pleased to be here.
What was your wake-up call? This is the question I always start with.
It's a lot of things going in there, because I can say that I've been on a spiritual path for quite some time.
Yeah.
Since young age. So I come from a country where spirituality and faith is quite big things to start with.
And where do you come from?
Romania. So it was very educational for me. So let's say when your grandmother says that there is a God, you don't question that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was good. But then you come to a point when you kind of want to look for yourself to find out what actually is out there. Is it true or is not? So you also see a bunch of scientists wanting to prove the existence of God. I think it's a waste of time. Yeah, you can't prove something that's bigger than you until you become to that point. So for me, it was more like an opening eye. The path that I went through with all sorts of people that you come across, and I think everything starts from thinking, what else do I need? And obviously we all teachers to each other, and then you come across different people who are higher educated than you, or awakened already, or on the path of awakening, where it really does help you to see where you are at some point. And I don't think people should listen to others. Oh, you're this, you're there, you're not good enough, build up all these doubts, self-doubts. It does not help you, because they only project the belief or the lack of belief they have in you, but they also project their mindset, which it doesn't advantage you most of the time, because you are looked at from a perspective that they have their own understanding, insecurity, beliefs, education, lack of it, So
it's kind of the age of unconditioning. We need to go back to, remove all these conditions that people tell us, society tells us, your parents tell us, and you need to kind of start from scratch. Conditioned.
Yeah. We react based on the conditioning all the time.
Yeah.
We are manipulated based on that, because the lack of inner power is not. It is actually not playing.
Yeah. And what was the trigger for you starting with sports specifically?
Starting with sports.
Yeah.
However you look at the sports, an athlete will always have a mind that really needs to be triggered in so many ways and so many layers, right? And then you start talking about your self-belief, your self-worth, your confidence. Is it built in? Does it help you to perform better or not? So I was lucky to say that I had great parents. My mother's still with me, thanks God. I had great coaches. I had all throughout my education, up to the academical education, I can say on one hand, great teachers and professors, and they did impacted my life.
When did you start with being like professional in sports?
Yeah, I always practice sports at the level of performance, and then obviously went to inter-cities levels and whatever tournaments.
Can you tell the audience of exactly what do you do as a coach? Because I know you do more than tennis.
A coach for me is a person who's quite complete in so many ways that complements what it does. So if I would say that I'm only a tennis coach, I'll probably specifically work with athletes or people who wants to learn tennis, take them from the beginners to a certain level that my capability helps, right? But I was lucky to do sports psychology. I was lucky to do NLP neurolinguistic programming. I was lucky to be interested in neuroscience for the last few years. I was lucky to develop my inner strength, and based on how my coaches coached me to see my value and my worth, right? So with that, I think if as a coach, like all these abilities that I have, they only complement my tennis coaching and my fitness coaching.
So Angela, in your practice, could you tell us exactly, how would you help a client? So what would be like ideal example of your work? Like what can you share?
Let's say I have one of my clients is with me for the last 4 years. Now, whatever I went to the clubs or parks that I coach, obviously he came to be coached by me. The minute he's quite a competitive guy, so the minute I approach the coaching with him in a particular way, tailored to him, as personality, as character, as the job will tell me very much how assertive or offensive or defensive the person will be on my tennis court. So the minute I approach him from more of a mental strength, the confidence that he built into the new shots in tennis to be more assertive and make him win, to make him more assertive, to build up that confidence on the tennis court, actually helped him a lot, and he really wrote a really
But you
nice
don't do
email.
only tennis, so you help people to become better in tennis, but you also do fitness. Tell us more about
the fitness part is the part that helps your body to reach a certain level of performance. Okay, so tennis is a sport for everyone, but at the same time, if you take everything seriously, obviously you will require to have a certain level of fitness. You're required to have a certain level of confident ability in your skills and what you can do. Now, for the fitness part, I can do, we do a lot of training, strength and conditioning training with your body. Sometimes I don't use any equipment because it's about learning about your biomechanic, how it should move in accordance with the design of the body. With that, if it's to use very quick equipment, which will last 20 minutes session, is an equipment called EMS, electromuscular stimulation, via a company called Bodytech. There are a few other companies, about 4, out on the fitness field. They're booming now. They're fantastic. They help you reach a better level of fitness.
But how do you use it? You put it on your body?
So it's a suit vest with electrodes, which are connected to your main groups of muscle from head to toes. Not head to toes, but from shoulders down. So you will have bicep, tricep, shoulder, chest, abs, quads, hamstrings, and calves. Now the training that I do wearing this suit on, or putting this suit on the client, is specifically tailored based on what do they want or they need to achieve. So, for instance, this Bodytech, I would say, is excellent for lazy people. For people who do not have money. Well, no, it's not about money always. Do not have enough time. They're on the go, and it's also very good for elders. Because it does help them to strengthen their body. Now we all know that if you don't have
they're not very mobile, so
depending how the life activity was, if it was less, then
but we have muscle memory, thank God.
We have muscle memories, but we all have muscles, bear in mind that, but not all the muscles are trained appropriately. So it's a great equipment to use. Can be mobile. I can bring it to your own home, or you can come to Chelsea Football Club, where I personal trainer there. Yes, and I do specifically EMS training. I bring a lot of NLP techniques and sports psychology consultancy into the training, because I realize that it does bring a lot of results, good results to people. So it's so satisfying to see that clients are saying, wow, I didn't know I can actually improve my tennis in 15-20 minutes. So I'm the type of coach, whether it's tennis, fitness, sports psychology, NLP, I'm the type of coach that I do not want to create dependency on me. I have the coaching style into educational way. So once you're not coaching with me, or you're not coached by me, obviously I want you to feel so confident and injury-free that whatever you do will bring you a little bit more of progress.
For the audience out there, I just want to mention that I've already had a few sessions with Angela.
Thanks. Yes, you did.
Yes, and we didn't even use a lot of equipment. It was only like elastic and what was
it?
Rubber
band that we had, and we had boxing gloves and pads.
We did some boxing and some martial arts. It was
a
amazing.
Combo. It was one of the signature classes that I did. Yeah.
She has her very good signature, but if you guys are interested, you can come and see Angela's presentation. And on the 30th of November, when we have our Health and Wellness and Beauty Fair in Camden, I'll share the link below the video. You can come and have a one-on-one with Angela if you want to ask any questions. So before we move on, could you please share with the audience what was the toughest moment that you probably were ready to give up, but you continue with what you were doing?
With what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Well, like every other entrepreneur, you come to a point when you're in a really plateau and nothing is moving.
Yeah.
And then you think, do I need to change my career? Do I need to change what I do? Am I at that point where I just hit the apogee? And then I realized, no. And I tried actually to go on a different job, which I did, sales.
Yeah. It wasn't
quite for me. I mean, for somebody who's very active for 30 years, right? To sit 9 to 5, I mean,
that's why you need to find your true calling and live it, because otherwise you end up working a job that doesn't really satisfy you and doesn't really bring your full potential, and you're very active. So
with the full potential, I think everybody needs to start. Well, at least I did. Starting to re-educate myself from the heart point of view.
Yes.
When you re-educate yourself in a way that, I need to develop myself because this work doesn't bring me enough money, the other one doesn't, I think you're missing the point there, because you're reacting to conditioning from outside.
Yeah.
And to the trends that are outside. And this, sorry to say, this digital dementia that people are going into, so they lose their power. So for me it was more like, how much power do I have to control? And the only power that you have fully to control is to control your life, to control your thoughts, to control your moods, to control your language, your vocabulary, and the way you act towards what's coming towards you, right, from outside. But your inner world is so much bigger, and if you don't pay attention to that inner voice, you will kind of wave however life comes to you,
What are the tips and inspirations that you would like to give the audience from your life, from your personal
That's an interesting one. That's an interesting question. And it's a good question, because I think it's got depth into it. For me, is re-educating yourself from the heart. And of course, the whole life is a process of learning a lot of things, right? Developing yourself, rediscovering yourself, reshaping yourself in terms of habit, in terms of lifestyle, in terms of what you're wearing, how you're wearing, and all the rest of it. For instance, Jesus said, if you bring forth what is in with you, will save you. Now, it's such a short sentence, but it's got so much profound meaning into it. And then you think, okay, what is it within me?
Yes.
And that's when the self-discovery restarts, and you free yourself. When you educate from your heart, you really liberate your mind, because you stop being conditioning by what's happening outside.
Thank you, Angela, for being here tonight.
Pleasure.
For everybody, if you want to meet Angela in person, come to our wellness fair on the 30th of November. Thank you very much for tuning in. With more inspirational stories, see us next Tuesday from 7 p.m.